So we want a penetration test report or ethical hacking.
Yeah. Do you want me to look into the camera? Yeah, hi, I'm Alex. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of CT Skills. And one of the things which keeps coming up with all the businesses that we work with, from SMEs to large PLCs and local authorities, is the concern around cybersecurity. So this is going to be the first in a new series of CT Skills thought pieces, where we're going to meet some experts, our partners that we work with. So today, I'm delighted to say that we are joined by Steve Nice from Node 4 and Kat Waldman.
Security is about multi-layered protection. The more layers you have, think about a castle in the old days, here on Nottingham Castle, we didn't just have a lock on the door, they had a moat, and they had a drawbridge, and they had people with bows and arrows and this sort of thing to protect the infrastructure of the castle. And it's the same with your IT infrastructure. It's multi-layered protection. So the three simple things you can do. The first thing is obviously is as we've already mentioned, about making sure your systems are secure and up to date. So having that patching regime might not be easy, but it's certainly something you can keep on top of. The second thing is user education. Now, at the end of the day, people are your first line of defence. There's human firewalls, as we call it. So making sure that they are trained and understand the threats, and they understand that they shouldn't be clicking on links, they shouldn't be downloading software, when they enter the credentials, is it the right page they're entering? So user education is really simple. And if you do it for your business, you're not trying to pinpoint people, and say, well, why did you do that? You idiots.
It's not a blame culture,
no, exactly. It's an education
raising
piece.
Awareness.
Yeah, raising awareness. And if there is someone who is more likely to fall into that trap, then you can just give them a bit more extra training, so they understand the implications of what they're doing. But there's other really some things around passwords as well. So now passwords, there's so many passwords nowadays that people have to put into this. So what a lot of people do is reuse the same password, which is a big no-no, because what happens is, you may use that password on a website that's completely unrelated to your business, and then someday, completely outside of your control, that website is then breached. So there's a big data breach on that website. So the big ones over the last number of years, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn their database was breached. So there's like 500 million odd accounts. Usernames and passwords were breached, but they didn't let people know for 3 years that they had a breach.
So people are repeating the same passwords in different websites.
So
might not share this bit on LinkedIn.
So the attackers had your email address and the password you used to log into LinkedIn for 3 years, and therefore what they would do, they would reuse the same username, email address, and password for loads of other sites. And if you're reusing the same password, they're going to get in without a problem.
See if they get lucky.
So, but what also then is maybe modify the password slightly. So I've seen many occasions where it'd be like your football team, then 1, 2, 3. That's my first password. That expires. Okay, so I've made football team 1, 2, 3, 4. That expires, and so on. So what the attackers do is basically create what we call a word list, a dictionary attack, with your football team 1, football team 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10, and they'll reuse they'll try the same account and different password. And of course, these are all completely automated. This takes some seconds to run through hundreds, maybe thousands of passwords into your account. So being aware of what password you're using and making sure it's completely random. Now the easiest, simple way is use a password manager. So you take the control out of thinking of a password and you give it to an app to do it. and apps, password managers nowadays run across all your devices and synchronise the password. So you might create a password on your laptop, and then you use the same password on your iPad or your phone. And the password manager will sync the passwords across. So therefore you ain't got to remember any password, it's all in the password manager.
And if you change one, does it change all of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a very good way of managing your passwords. So they're complex passwords that you'll never remember, but you don't need to because the password manager does it for you. So so on the same sort of lines is a password and login is something called multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. So all banks do this now, and a lot of the financial websites do it, like PayPal, even things like Dropbox. A lot of websites now introduce two-factor authentication, so wherever that's available, take advantage and use it. So the two-factor is something you know and something you have. So something you know is your password, and something you have is your mobile phone. So that will they'll either send you a text to your mobile phone, so confirming you have your phone, yeah, and therefore you can then put that number in, or there'll be an app on your phone called an authenticator app that basically generates a unique code that you enter into the log-on page at the same time. So that proves it's you. So if your credentials are stolen, you know the cyber criminals got your username and password. They'll put that in, click login, and then it will then want that second factor. Because the cyber criminal doesn't have your phone, only you have that. You'll get a text or something saying, went to this, you think, well, I've not logged on. Why am I getting this text coming through saying enter these numbers? That shows that a cyber criminal, someone's trying to log into your account and does have your username and password. So to summarise, there are three things. So user awareness, patching your systems, and making sure your passwords are secure, and try and add that extra layer to the logins. Because one of the penetration testing we call it, or ethical hacking is another term. But so companies pay us to basically try and be the hacker, cyber criminal rather than hacker, to find the weakness before someone else does.
Apple or Microsoft?
Apple all the time, because Apple have their own ecosystem around applications and security, where Microsoft, because of the way they operate and their legacy systems and their coding practices, and also the fact that there's a lot more software available for Windows that is exploitable, like Adobe Acrobat and Flash, are so vulnerable into the Explorer. Then, from a security perspective, it's Apple all the time.